Oh, there it is. This time I only missed the first 2 seconds of sitting here and y'all watching me waiting for it to start. Grab yourself a piping hot cup of ice cold water for this fireside chat. And today is going to be the second edition of the Church Hunters series. And basically, as a family, we visited our second church today, even though last week Darla and Kaya visited another church. I might talk about that one later, but for today I'm going to focus on the one where we visited today. I don't know if you remember, I came up with this little rating system of 1 to 5, 5 being the highest score in a possible category, 1 being the lowest, obviously, and categories 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 categories, I think. And this is by no means going to determine what church we end up at. It's just to give us an idea how we can compare one to the other. As you visit a lot of churches, it's kind of like shopping for houses or apartments. After you visit a few, you kind of forget which one was which, and by doing these scores and making notes for each thing, we're hoping that that'll help us come to a final determination. Before I do that, yesterday, this is bad, we were leaving our house to go to Lowe's to buy, I got all the rest of the supplies to finish the island tiling. But we were backing out of the driveway and I was like, man, there's a low helicopter flying over. Couldn't figure out why. Well, we got up the street, and at the end of our street was, you couldn't go through the intersection. It's basically a 6-lane highway, but, you know, it's a main road, 3 lanes going each direction plus a turn lane. We couldn't go through the intersection. We had to cut through this shopping center to get out. There was an accident. We could see that. We could see that there was a motorcycle involved. But we read the news today, and they airlifted one of the guys out. 2 motorcycles basically came to an intersection. A car turned left in front of them, and they hit it. One of the motorcycle drivers died. Second one was airlifted, and the person driving the car, I don't know if there's more than one person in the car or not, but they were also taken to the hospital, so that was pretty bad. The weather was really nice yesterday and today, and that causes all the motorcyclists to come out, so we will have frequent motorcycle accidents, I'm afraid. That's what happens every year. A lot of motorcycles in South Carolina. Okay, we visited a church today called Life Point. It is by our downtown airport, where small planes and jets fly into, and basically it's one that I was most excited to visit because just reading their website it seemed most like the church type that we're used to. So, scale to 1 to 5, here are the categories. Hospitality and greeting. We gave them a 4.5 on hospitality and greeting. We were greeted and spoken to and introduced twice upon walking into the foyer and then into the worship room. One of the guys there that works there, one of the main guys, spent a good bit of time with us when we first went in. Went over some, like a visitor's guide, and gave us a program and told us a little bit about the church. Really interesting. Asked if we had any questions, or told us to come see him afterwards if we had any questions. Really good on the hospitality and greeting. Interaction. Interaction is how people seem to get along with each other, if they even talk to each other and or us. We gave a 4 on that out of 5. People seem to know each other. They recognize that we were visitors and therefore talked to us. It just seemed to be a real community-based congregation. They have a nice community going on there. We liked that. The music, we gave a 4.5. They don't have a permanent worship leader in place right now to lead their music ministry, but they're looking for someone, and people from the church within the congregation have actually stepped up to fill those positions right now with the guitar and singing and all of that. The dog is pounding on the door.
Sorry.
He'll probably come running in here now too. Maybe not. The music was very good. Everybody sang along. It was nice. The message or sermon, we gave a 5 on message or sermon. Dogs out. Thank you. We gave a 5 for the message and sermon because it was easy to understand. It was biblically based, And the other thing that we thought was really good was Kai was able to understand the sermon, even though it was intended for adults. There was not a kids program today. It was kind of different for them. There wasn't a kids program because they were doing communion, and everybody's in there during a service when they have communion. So we thought that the fact that Darla and I understood the whole message and sermon, and so did Kai, we thought that was really good, and it was delivered well. So that takes us to the kids program. Well, we couldn't really score the kids program because Kai didn't go to it, so I just kind of left that. I gave it a median score since we can't rate it. Spiritual direction and beliefs. The church seems to have very similar belief systems in terms of what we're accustomed to. And that's not that our belief systems are right or wrong. It's just nice to go somewhere that seems very similar to what we're used to. So that was good. We gave them a 4.5 on spiritual direction and beliefs. And that just means that's how we rate it, not how good it is. It's just how comfortable we were with it. Size of church. We gave that the highest score possible. It was actually bigger than our old church, but it was not too big that we thought we couldn't find a place to fit in there. It was just really the perfect size. So I better see how long I've been recording. 6.5 minutes. So the size was perfect, we thought. Overall, out of 35 possible points, we gave this church a 30.5 based on all those scores I just went through. So that was really, it was a really good visiting experience for us. We also have this category called bonus stuff that we don't have a rating for or we didn't think of, but that was bonus for us. One was that the demographic makeup seemed diverse. There were young people, there were older people, there were different ethnicities, there were single people, there were married people, lots of kids, youth, college age, 20-somethings, 30-somethings, families, all that. We thought that was good. They do have programs for different interests and groups, so even for a relatively small church, it seems like there are a lot of things to get involved in. They do some community outreach stuff, which we really like, and it was just a very comfortable environment. Those were all the bonus things. We felt like when we walked in, we got seated, we got comfortable. It was just a comfortable place to be. It wasn't, we didn't feel out of place or anything like that, even though we're visiting a place where we're one of the few visitors. So anyway, that is Church Hunters number 2. Technically number 3, but I didn't go to the church last week that Darla and Kaya did, so I can't comment on that. How do you like my shirt, huh? Like that? It's like a pullover kind of thing. It's not mine. I stole it. I didn't mean to steal it, but when I was up spending time with Justin and them for TJ's party, Justin undoubtedly stuffed this into my suitcase because his bag ran out of room, and I traveled on home with it in my suitcase. It fits, so why not? What else? I think that's all that's really going on. We've got Girl Scout cookies, lots of Girl Scout cookies. We've got to get sorted out and given away to people that bought them. So we've got that. That's all I can really think of. It's 5 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, and boy, would I like to take a nap. That's not going to happen, but I sure would like to. It's tempting. I'm doing laundry. You probably hear it over there going in the dryer.
DVR went out this morning.
The DVR died, and everything Darla had recorded, which was like hours and hours and hours and hours.
The
Olympics, opening ceremonies, everything is just gone. We're getting a new one on Tuesday. Right? Yeah. Anyway. Alright, that's all. I'm at over 9 minutes, so I'm going to stop. So, peace out, West Side, in Vogue. Kaya's not here. She's with my mom. My mom took her to a play and then out to eat. Okay, peace out, West Side Vogue. I have to reach up and turn it off because I can't edit.